What's going on, everybody? It's Gilly. I'm back for another video. Today I'm giving you guys a formal introduction to the Hummingbird because I use it a lot and you see it a lot, but I've just never given you guys the introduction that it deserves. So this is the Wild Disc Hummingbird, and let's check it out. The Hummingbird is available in two different plastics on wilddiscs.com. The first of the two is the Quicksand Plastic. That's the one I have here in my hand. The Quicksand Plastic Hummingbird flies more understable than the Landslide Plastic, which flies a lot straighter. They also have an older brother, the Tropic Hummingbird, which was the first run of hummingbirds ever produced, I believe. I wasn't on the team at that time. So here are the Quicksand and Tropic in my hand. The Quicksand is a little bit more malleable, it's softer. Since this disc is produced by Gateway, you can closely relate this plastic to the Super Silly Soft or anything like that. It's not quite as soft as that, but somewhere in between that mix of soft plastics that they make, I believe it's somewhere in between there. So that's the Quicksand Hummingbird. This one in particular is very flippy, so I'll show you guys that when we throw them in a second. This blue one flies pretty straight. It will flip if I throw it hard enough and get enough spin into the disc. It will flip, but for the most part it fades late at the end, and it definitely has that little bit of stability that a good putter has in it. The flight of the Hummingbird is characterized by the numbers 2, 4, 0, and 1. I'm trying really hard not to mess up my talking, if you guys can tell. The other Hummingbird, the Landslide Hummingbird, is what I use for my putting. I like black putters, I think they look cool, and it's a good motivation to never throw them or get tempted to throw them, because if I throw these in the woods, I'm gonna lose them. So I will throw these today to show you guys how straight the Landslide Plastic flies. However, I'm also gonna show how I use them for my putting as well. Let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start with our Quicksand Hummingbirds. This is the white one that I was telling you guys about. This one is understable. It flies very flippy, so I'm gonna put it on some angle like this. Hopefully it's gonna pop up flat and then show you that late flip that I like to try to get out of it. Then we're gonna go with the blue one, and that one's the more straight version. It still flips a little. I use it to navigate right instead of straight. I just want it to hold right just a little, but not ever come back too much. All right, guys, this one is the Tropic Plastic. Hopefully this one's gonna fly straight. That's what it normally does. There's wind down there that I didn't see before, so that is gonna push the disc to the right a little bit more. All right, and today only, I'm gonna throw my Landslide Hummingbirds. There you have it, guys. All around, the Hummingbird is a very straight disc when you throw it. If you crank on it too much, it will flip, but there's a lot of things that you can use that for. Give it that extreme hyzer angle and see what you can do with that. Make it pop up and go flat. Let's check out how the Hummingbird putts in all of its plastics next. All right, guys, so let's now talk about how the Hummingbird plastic putts. Let's start with the Quicksand, since I have two of them. The way that the Quicksand reacts to the chains is a little bouncy in my preference, but I also spin a little bit more than other people with my putting. So let's go ahead and check out how the putter reacts to the chains. If you hit dead center like that, it will stop and like kind of just pause in midair and float down. That is a good thing, but in some cases, it's not, because it might catch like that and then bounce out. So that's why I don't putt with soft plastics. It's not a bad thing about the disc at all. The disc is great. I want to make sure that's clear. The disc is great. I just don't like soft, bouncy putters for my putting. Next, we've got the landslide plastic, and this one is my favorite for putting. So let's see if I can continue to make good short putts for you guys to see how it reacts to the chains. There it goes. That one grabs better in my opinion. I like the way it slides with the chain. It just kind of slid in there. Yes, sir.